Okay, here's my Electrolux Powerline 1100 model Z1361. This is one of the original Powerlines from the lineup when they came out in 1997 or 97. This is the 12-inch version. They did a Powerline that was 15 inches wide, but that was called the wide track. It's basically the exact same cleaner but with a wider floor head. This one's in pretty good condition actually. I got this off eBay a couple of weeks ago, and now the only reason the seller sold it was because apparently there was no suction and it wouldn't pick up. So she said there was something wrong with it. So she sold it as spares or repairs, but she said it ran fine. So I was like, right. So anyway, I bought it. It was only $9.99. And it arrived, and I turned it on, and the bag door sucked right in. I thought it was going to snap, and I felt the end of the hose, and there was no suction at all, not even a tiny bit. There was nothing. So I turned it off, and had a look down the hose, but I couldn't see anything. I had a look up the tube at the bottom, but I figured that wouldn't really matter because there was no suction coming from the hose. So I took the bag door off and felt the suction coming from the motor, and that was fine. So I thought there must have to be a clog in the hose somewhere, and funnily enough it was in this part here where I couldn't see because the hose was clear. I've replaced the hose, and I'll tell you why in a little bit, but the blockage was here in this internal tube that goes to the bag, and that's what was stopping the suction. So anyway, I cleared all that out and then just tested it again, and the suction was fine. Well, it was still a bit underwhelming, I suppose, because it was in need of a good service. But anyway, I've cleaned it all up now. When I first got it, it stunk of this musty, horrible smell, and I could not get rid of it after I'd cleaned it. Now, it wasn't the plastic that smelt of it, it was the hose. So I thought I'm going to have to replace the hose because it just wouldn't go away. I mean, I've had this for a couple of weeks now and it still smells a bit. So I've bought a new hose. Now the hose that was originally on this was a stretchy hose, but it wasn't a stair reach hose like this one is. You see, it's very stretchy. The other one was a stretchy hose, but it wouldn't reach up the stairs, if that makes any sense, because this was a bottom end model and didn't come with the stair cleaning hose as standard. But it's got the back saver handle. It's a little bit different than some of them. This one just has the little hook at the top that holds the hose. Some of them had an entire moulded piece here that the hose fitted round, and it was sort of lower down. It was about here. I can't really explain it. You'd know the difference if you saw this one next to the one that I'm talking about. But it's a bit different the way the hose fits over the side. The ones with this handle with just the hook that holds the hose there didn't have a instant release cord hook, so you have to undo it all manually. But this back saver handle was supposed to be designed to help you go under beds and tables and things easily without having to bend down as much, because it's curved and will get flatter to the floor without as much bending. Never really tested that, so I don't know if that's true or not. This one doesn't have a headlight. I think some of them did. I think the top end model did. It does have an exhaust filter. As you can see, I've replaced all the filters as well. But you can't access it. Normally on these models, on these vacuums, there'd be a little door there that you'd open and you can slide the filter out. But this, to replace the filter, you have to take this motor housing cover off. But I think that's it really. If I take the bag door off, which is better done with two hands, there we go. It's actually a proper top fill bag. So the dirt comes in right at the top like that. Pretty decent sized bag. Got your pre-motor filter under there. It's a double layer filtration bag. They are genuine, they don't look it, but they are. There we go. It still has its sales sticker, which is quite interesting. As you can see, it says Backsaver handle, designed to reduce back stress. Powerful 1100 watt motor, microfiltration, tools on board. I suppose tools on board, even back in the late 90s, was still a relatively new feature, because some vacuums were still sold without tools on board. Model 1361. Electrolux brand in there. Of course, this vacuum was sold in the USA as because it is actually an American vacuum. It was made in the USA as well, but it was branded as Eureka, and I believe this style was the Eureka Victory, whereas they were sold as Powerline over here. I think the Powerline in the USA was branded on a dirty fan upright. We did have an Electrolux The Boss, which was a dirty fan upright. It had a soft bag at the front with a big zip going down the middle. I'm not sure what those were called in the States. Like I said, it might be Powerline. I think they were Bravo as well. I don't really know that much about American Electrolux or Eureka. But anyway, a nice little bump around the nozzle there. Foot switch to turn it on and off. Don't particularly like step switches. Prefer a switch that you can switch with your hand, like on the side, on the handle or whatever. Of course, cord stores on the side of the machine there. Handle release there. So here are the onboard tools, and none of the tools came with this. I've managed to source these tools. This cleaner didn't come with any when I first got it. So you've got two ones. They do fit together to make one long one, like that. Fits neatly there. Got a crevice tool with little suction relief slits in it. And you have the 2-in-1 upholstery and dusting brush. A lot of people don't like these. I don't think they're too bad. They're not terrible. They're better than, certainly better than some of them that they make now. But the one that they used to do before they brought out the Contour, because they used these on the Contour first and they were on these cleaners as well. But the one they did before the Contour, that was on the the 600 series and earlier 500 series and so on, they had a butterfly tool which had two little wings that flipped out, and you could use it as an upholstery tool if you put the hose through the dusting brush end. And then if you close the wings and put the hose in the upholstery tool side, you could use the round dusting brush. So I suppose that design's a lot better, but I do still like this. I think it's quite a fun design. But that's that. Just friction fit these, they don't click on or anything. And of course you have the hose. Like I said, a stair hose. Very nice and stretchy. I don't know if I'll be able to stretch this out without it falling over. I'll try. Yes, I can. That's fully stretched out. Sorry about the mess over there. Well, that's fully stretched out. Pretty long hose. But like I said, originally the hose would have been stretchy, but it would have only gone to about there. So that's the hose. Nice carry handle there. Kind of strangely balanced, it still tilts forward. I do like ones that have a handle at the front, but here's the how that looks, by the way, from the side. Pretty comfortable grip. Just have auto nozzle raised so the brush roll isn't constantly in contact with the floor, like the Electrolux Contours were. So it's had a new brush roll. Pretty stiff bristles. They are yellow, these bristles. They were white on the original one. but it did need a new brush roll, as these brush rolls tend to go really, really noisy over time, which it was, so I replaced it. But it does a good job. This brush roll is made in China, unlike the old brush roll that was in it that was made in the USA. Finally, I'll show you the rating sticker. You can see that. There you go. I'll let you have a read of that. There you go. You can always pause if you missed it, if you're interested, that is. So anyway, I'll get this turned on here. The cord is about 6 or 7 meters. It's not too long, not too short. Pretty average, to be honest. Right, it has got a new bag in, so it should perform pretty well. Put some of this couscous down. I won't put loads down, because like I said, it's got a new bag. Some there. Where else can I put some? I'll put some there to demonstrate the pose. Unfortunately, we don't have fabric sofas anymore. We've got leather, so I can't really demonstrate cleaning off them. There we go. So, without further ado, off we go. It probably sounds quite loud on camera, but it is a pretty quiet vac. So off we go. So it runs very well, which is good. It's pretty good suction, to be honest. The hose suction for the time. Certainly better than the dirty airs cleaners that were available. But there you have it. That's the Electrolux Powerline 1100 Z1361. I think the next video that should be up after this one, unless I decide to make a video of something else. But if not, the next video you should see will be a Hoover Elite 2, which is in like a burgundy colour. And that's supposed to be arriving tomorrow, which is Friday. Well, tomorrow's Friday, is it no, it's not 13th, is it? What date is it tomorrow? 9th? I think it's the 9th tomorrow. Could be wrong. Anyway, so that should be arriving tomorrow, so we'll have a gander at that. It looked okay in the pictures, but you never know, pictures can be misleading. So fingers are crossed. So anyway, stay tuned and hopefully we'll see a video of a Hoover Elite 2, which is the same one that was in the film Mrs. Doubtfire. So anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.